supernode concept. We will go through the theorems. Okay, so we will get to know about these. Okay, you're writing something on chat box. Okay. Wait a minute, I'm just okay, no problem. Is this screen is visible? This your
Yes, sir.
Microsoft Whiteboard is visible. Okay, so now our next topic, next module is your graph theory. So in your graph theory, we will learn these concepts, which we'll learn in module one. These concepts, but these are used for complex network. If we will use this graph theory, we can solve complex network within easy way. So for that, we will use this graph theory. Okay, and then our next module is your time and frequency domain analysis of RL, RC, and RLC circuit. Okay, you might have aware about your RLC components. We will discuss in the lecture. Okay, so our next topic is this network function. In network function, we will learn about one port and two port network. We will also learn about pole zero plot function and all. Okay, and similarly, there will be your two port network. Okay, in your two port network, we will try to find the parameters of the network. Means there are multiple parameters like impedance parameter is there, short circuit means your admittance parameter is there, transmission parameter means there will be ABCD parameter, there will be hybrid parameter. Okay, and we will see the relation among all these parameters. Okay, and in our last module we will use all the studies we had learned in your 5 modules, and we will try to synthesize the RLC circuit with the help of all study we had learned in your previous section. Okay, about book, I have already discussed you in the your meeting. Okay, so you can have your AK Chakravarti. Okay, and I have already shared with you some books. Okay, and one I have shared which is not here, that is your Alexander and Sadiki. Okay, circuit theory for Alexander and Sadiki. That's a very good book, so you can go through it. I think you have gone through it. Have you all gone through that book? Anyone? No one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And all other? No one.
No, sir.
Okay, no problem. Just go through that book so that you will be aware of that book. That is it okay? Is it able to understand? Are you able to understand that book? Okay. After this lecture, you can go through that book and we'll see. Okay. So you can see for your term work, there will be 10 assignments. Okay. So we have, and in each assignment, we will consider around 5 to 6 questions. Okay. So now let's start with our lecture. Okay, so we are going to start with your uh, electrical circuit analysis. This is your module 1. Okay, so in your module 1, we have divided this in 4 lectures, which might not be able to cover in this lecture. That this is like prerequisite and mesh analysis in your first lecture, which might not be able to cover. Means we will take prerequisite at least around 2 lecture, because this is very important. I know that you have already gone through it BEE, but I hope you have to learn something extra what you have learned in BEE. Okay, so then we will having nodal analysis, superposition theorem, and then Thevenin's theorem in your lecture 4. So let's start with lecture 1. Are you ready? Everyone ready with to start the lecture?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we will start with the basic fundamental point. Okay, can you tell me what is the basic quantity in electrical circuit? What do you think? What is the basic? You can write on the comment section or you can speak also. What do you think? What is the basic quantity in electrical circuit? You have already gone through your BEE. So can you tell me? What do you think? What is the basic quantity? Good. Any other reply? So, so you all are saying charge. Yes, electron. That's much better. You can say. Okay. Okay. Very good. Electron. Electron. Yes, that definitely means you can say the charge is the basic quantity of electrical circuit. So let me write it over here. So this charge is your is the basic quantity. So let me write it over here. Charge is the basic quantity. Okay, how you will define charge? What is charge? Charge is the quantity of electricity responsible for electrical phenomena. Okay, that's a, you can say, bookish definition. But how you will understand what is a charge? Have you seen charge somewhere? Have you seen charge somewhere? Anyone? I don't think. Okay, so let me define charge in my way. What I think that charge, suppose if I'm having any body, suppose let's this mouse is there. This mouse is now in a neutral. Are you able to see this mouse? Is this is visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So now let's assume this is a any particle or any object is there, and this is in neutral condition. So now I want to make this object as a positive charge. So what I have to do? The point is I have to, if this is your neutral, if I am able to remove some electrons, can I add some protons in this object? Can I add proton in this object? No, protons are in nucleus. Proton and neutrons are in nucleus. So we cannot add or remove protons. We can only remove or add only electrons. So if I want to make this object as positive charge, so what I have to do? I have to remove some electrons from it. If I remove some electron from this body, then this body will become positively charged. And if I'll add some electrons, if I'll collect some electrons from some other, and if I'll put some electrons in this object, this will become negative charge. Okay, so this is the basic definition of your, you can say, this charge. Okay, so it could be your positive or it could be your negative. So how this is positive? If we will remove some electron, this will be positive, and if we add some electron, negative. Okay, so let me write the charge of one electron. You all know what is the charge of one electron? You can tell me. 1.62 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. So this is the charge in one electron. So if someone is saying that there is some suppose 1 coulomb charge is there, 1 coulomb charge is having this body. So how many electrons may be removed from this body? Will be this 1 coulomb charge divided by this much electron. We will get the number of electrons which have been removed from that body. Then that body has become positive charge with 1 coulomb. Or if it is negative, then we may have add these much electrons in that object. Then this object has become positively charged or negatively charged. Okay, so our next point is, what is electrical current? What is electrical current? Electrical current, you all know that this is the rate of change of charge. Rate of change of charge with respect to time. Okay, let me write it. With respect to time. If we will take this as with respect to time, we will get the rate of change of charge, which is your current. current is the rate of change of charge. Okay, it is also defined as I is equal to Q, means total charge divided by total time. For example, this is an object or any material is there. Suppose this is a metallic, any metallic body is there. Okay, any conductor is there. Okay, so now if we'll apply some battery over here, what will happen? This battery is having positive polarity over here and negative over here. So it means what does it mean positive polarity? Means there is deficiency of electrons at this location and there is excess in electron at this location. So if there is positive charge, means if there is deficiency of electron, what it will do? It will drag electrons from this object, because it is having lots of electrons. This body, since this is a conductor, it is having lots of electrons. So this body will having multiple electrons, and because of this deficiency, these electrons will start flowing through this direction. Okay, so as per our definition says that this is the current, means current is the rate of change of charge. This is charge flowing. You can see the charge has start flowing. So now charge start flowing means current has been start flowing. But the problem is that we know the charge of current. So we can say, so this is your I. If we'll say this is your I, then, but we always know that current always, we have seen that current हमेशा positive terminal से बाहर निकलती है हमने देखा. Okay. So actual current, if we're talking about actual current, this is your actual current. Actual current. But we are not going to use this actual current anywhere. We will always use this conventional current. Why? Because this charge is having negatively charged. These electrons are having negative. Okay, let me write this minus over here. Because this electron is having negatively charged. So because of negative charge, the effective flow of charge is flowing upward. If I'm talking about effective, actually positive charge is nowhere, but effectively, since negative is flowing in this direction, it's supposed to be that positive charge is flowing in opposite direction. Okay, if positive charge is flowing in opposite direction, so we'll say that this is your I, and let me name it as I dash. Okay, and this is known as conventional current. This is known as conventional current, and we are going to use everywhere this conventional current. Okay, so in everywhere we will use this conventional current, but the effective means wherever the conventional current means the actual current will be always in opposite direction. Okay, so our next point, let me go to the next point. Our next point is, what is voltage? Voltage is the change in energy per coulomb or per coulomb of charge. Okay, it seems too much difficult definition. Okay, or you can say the book is definition. Okay, let me make it more simple or more interactive. How will define a potential or voltage? Suppose if you need to go on first floor by stairs, means what does that mean? You will have to work some of it. You have to work, means your mass must be reach from this point to this point. Okay, so then only you will have some potential. Means when you are in first floor, you can say you are having some potential energy. You can say, you all know that if we are going in height, we will having some potential energy. The same concept is over here also, that if we will able to move a charge from one point. Okay, let me make some stairs. These stairs are like electric field. You will be knowing this, what is this electrical field. Okay, and suppose I need to move from anywhere to at this point. suppose I'm coming from infinity and I'm having 1 coulomb charge, and if I'll enter to this electric field will oppose to charge to enter over. So if like it's just like your stairs. Like if we are going to up stairs, then we had to work. So over here also, if we'll move charge in electrical field, then we have to work. So if we'll move a charge from infinity to at some point, we have to work some of it, and that work is defined as potential. That potential of any object. So I think now you got the basic definition of voltage. What is actually voltage? Voltage is defined as the work done required to move a charge from any, or you can say from infinity to a particular point. That point we have to work something, and that work is defined as voltage. Okay, so now I can consider that this is clear to everybody that this is your voltage. Okay, now our next point is power. What is power? Power is the rate at which the energy changes over time. Okay, that's cool. But how we can define power in our term? Like suppose you want, again you have to you are willing to go from ground floor to first floor by stairs, and तो कौन जल्दी करेगा, मींस पावर इज डिफाइंड लाइक कितना जल्दी हम काम करते हैं, दैट इज डिफाइंड बाय पावर। जिसका पावर ज्यादा है वो काम जल्दी करेगा। Okay, like this, it means it is divided by time. If time is less, power will be high. It is the rate of change of work, or rate of change of energy per unit time. Okay, jitna energy में change होगा per unit time, that is known as power. Okay, so power is defined by dw by dt. Okay, let me make it more simple, as in terms of that power is equal to, what is power? Okay, power in terms of voltage into current. Okay, so let me derive that equation. Okay, this is your dw by dt. So if I'll divide it by dq, and if I'll multiply it by dq, so this is same equation as it is above, because this dq will be cancelled out. Again we will get p is equal to dw by dt. Okay, so you have already discussed, what is this? This is your nothing but change in energy per unit charge. Okay, so this is nothing but voltage, and this is nothing but current. This is dq by dt is current. So we have got the equation of power. Power is v into power is v into I. Okay, so now I have two more points over here, that one is delivering power and one is absorbing power. Okay, any device, this could be any of it. It's not compulsory that this should be this should be battery, or this should be any device. It should be your current source, it could be your voltage source, it could be your resistor, it could be your inductor, any of it. Any device, if any device is having some polarities, like positive polarity over here and negative polarity over here, and if current is flowing outside from this positive terminal, current is flowing outside from this positive terminal, then we will say that this device is delivering power to the circuit, Okay, and there is another point, like if current is coming to the positive terminal, then your element, device, whatever it is, it could be your any of it, it could be voltage source, current source, it could be your any device like resistor, inductor, capacitor, any of it. So this element will be absorbing the power. Make sure that your voltage source and current source can also absorb the power. Okay, so it's not always like if there is a battery, then current will be always flowing outside. There will be some cases like it will make some heavy potential over here, and we will just add a small resistance over here. You can say, okay, let me show it over here. Okay. Suppose this is your, okay, let me add a resistor over here as well. Suppose this is your 10 volt and this is your 5 volt. So you all know that current will flow from here to here. So this element will be delivering the power and this voltage source will be absorbing the power. Okay, and let me tell you that total power in any circuit, total power delivered will be always equal to total power absorbed. Absorbing power and delivering power in any closed circuit, in any circuit, will be always going to be equal. Okay, make sense? Okay, so now let's go ahead with next topic. So our next topic is your circuit elements. Now we will see how many circuits element we are going to use in this. Means there will be some more, but basic elements we are going to discuss about basic elements. Okay, so we had divided our basic elements in two parts. One is your active elements and one is your passive elements. Okay, how you can define active elements? The active elements are those elements which can provide energy for long time. Make sure, and it should provide energy for long time, or you can say for infinite time. If any device is providing infinite energy, or you can say voltage, or could be current. Okay, and if it is able to amplify as well, if it is able to amplify, if it is able to provide current, if it is able to provide voltage for long time, then we will say that this is your active element. Okay, and passive elements, if it is not able to provide energy for long time. Why I'm saying this long time, I'm emphasizing this long time. Can you tell me why? Just write, you can write on comment section. Any of one? Anyone? No answers? You don't know about active and passive elements? Because of these two, resistor and capacitors. Because of resistor and capacitor, because sorry, inductor and cap, because inductor and capacitor can store energy. So they, if they are having some energy, they can provide some energy to the circuit. If there is no circuit, external circuit, if there is no external energy, so for some time they can provide energy to the circuit, but they can provide only for few times, or only for a small time, not for long time, because when they will discharge, they will not able to provide energy. So that's why these two elements, or you can say inductor and capacitor, are not your active elements. These are your passive elements. Hope you got the point. Have you got this? Write on comment section, have you got this point? Quick. If there is any doubt, you can write no also. If you want to repeat, you can write repeat. Okay, you got it. Okay. So now let's come to the independent and means active point. Now we will discuss about active elements first, then we will go to your passive elements. Okay, so now we will having two types of active elements. One is your independent sources and one is your dependent source. Here we are not going to discuss about amplifiers, because the amplifiers you will learn about in EDC subject. Okay, and IC or LIC subject will be in your next semester. So here we will discuss about your voltage source and current source. Okay, so your independent source, you had already studied these in your BEE class. Okay, here the addition is your this. Your addition is your dependent source. So we will discuss in detail about dependent source, as well as we will discuss about dependent source also. I know that there may be some problem with to understand actual basic understanding of your independent sources. Okay, so we will having two types of independent sources. It could be your ideal independent source, it could be your practical independent source, and again your independent source, ideal and practical, both will be your voltage and current source. And your in case of dependent source, we will be having voltage control voltage source, we will be having voltage control current source, we will be having current control voltage source, and we will having current control current source. So we'll discuss these in detail in for the coming slides. Okay, so now let's start with ideal and practical current, and I'm going little fast. Is it so? Is this speed is okay? Is this speed
सर थोड़ा सा स्लो कर दो, थोड़ा सा.
थोड़ा सा slow? Okay. Anyone else? Okay. सबके लिए ठीक है ना? बाकी के लिए? Okay. ठीक है. Actually, what I this is prerequisite. That's why I was little going fast. So okay, now I will be little slow. Okay, so now ideal and practical current and voltage source. So now here you had already discussed about your ideal. This is your ideal current source. Okay, I think I had made mistake with it. Okay, no problem. This is your ideal current source. Let's change.
Sir, can I get back to the previous slide once more?
Okay, no problem. Yes. Read out.
No, sir, no doubt.
Don't worry to write this. I will forward this to your group. So don't worry. Okay, but you can make a short note while studying. Okay, so now let's come back to your this ideal current source. So ideal current source in the sense means this current source will provide constant current. This value must be constant. This is going to provide constant current to the network. This network could be any of it. कुछ भी कैसा भी network होगा हमारा. Any network, if there is any kind of load is there, any kind, this load could be any of it. It could be your resistor, capacitor, inductor, any of it. This source is going to provide constant current. This is your ideal current source. Ideal current source. Okay, and let's come to the, this is your practical current source. Now the point is, in the case of practical current source, there is a internal resistance. There is internal resistance in parallel with the source. Make sure this is your parallel. Okay, so now what's the effect of this load over here, this internal resistance over here? Now is it whether it is able to provide constant current to the load, whether it will be able to provide constant current. Let me take it as IL, constant current, load current you can say. Is it able to provide constant load, constant current? Okay, let's see. Now I think you know a little bit about your KCL. So I can write it like, what will be your IL? IL is going to be IS minus some current going downward over here. Okay, so now I can write this IL is equal to IS minus, now can you tell me what will be the current in this branch? Current in this branch will depend on the voltage over here, voltage across the source. Okay, So now that this current is depending on the voltage, so I will write it as V S divided by R S. The S stand for source. Okay, so you can see that your current, your load current is now depending on the voltage across it. हम जिस टर्मिनल के अक्रॉस करंट सोर्स लगा रहे हैं, उस टर्मिनल के अक्रॉस क्या वोल्टेज है, उस पे जो है डिपेंड कर रहा है क्या, दिस करंट. So now you can see that as we'll increase this voltage, as we increase this voltage across this terminal, this load current will start decreasing. You can see if we will increase this. Okay, if this is decreasing, then the load current, this load current is your decreasing. As we increase the voltage, this load current will decrease in case of practical source. But in case of ideal source, you can see current is constant. Okay, I hope you got this point. Okay, you can write on comment section. Got this point? You still want to get back to the previous? Okay. Okay. So you all got this point. So make this point very clear, because this is really useful. Because in all the case we will be having not ideal, practical. In case of practicality, we will be always having practical current source. So in case of practical current source, you have to be clear that its current, whatever this source providing current, is not is not constant. Now it is depending on the polarity or voltage across it. And the same case also valid for your voltage source as well. Okay, so in case of voltage source, you can see that this is your ideal voltage source. Okay, before going to voltage source, I have one more point to discuss in this. Now suppose if I will reduce this voltage to 0. Okay, suppose in this case, if I'll remove, okay, let's discuss in your ideal case first. In your ideal case, if we'll reduce this voltage to 0, current to 0. If this current is 0, means no current is flowing over here. If there is no current, we can consider this as open circuit. Okay, and if it is your open circuit, we can consider that if we will reduce the input the value of current, it will become open circuited. And in case of open circuit, the input impedance is infinity. Or I'm saying impedance because we are going to use this term later, but this is your internal resistance, you can consider for now. Okay, internal resistance is your infinity in case of ideal current source. But in case of practical current source, you can see now if we will reduce this to 0, it will reduce to this 0, means this is going to be open circuit, but this is not going to be eliminated. So it means if we will remove this, if we are going to use this point. Okay, if we will remove the current source, or you can say reduce the value of current source to 0, the resistance remaining, means this terminal will be open circuit, but this resistance will be there. Means if we will consider from these two terminals, we will see that there is some resistance, and this resistance is known as internal resistance of your practical current source, and it will be given by Rs. Okay, and in the similarly, now we will discuss these points in your ideal voltage source as well as in case of practical voltage source. So in case of ideal voltage source, you can see again the value of this source is constant again. So it is not depending on your current. Whatever current is flowing, that's okay, there's no problem, but the voltage across these two terminals is going to be constant all the time. It is not depending on any other parameter, you can see. Okay, so this is your ideal voltage source, but in case of practical voltage source, there will be always a resistance in series. Okay, make this point very clear. Sometimes you people got forget to use this resistance. This resistance is always going to be in series in case of voltage source, and in parallel in case of current source. Okay, so now what will be the effect of this voltage? Now let's see. Now I want apply this voltage source at any load. Suppose this load is RL. I'm going to apply this source. This is your source. Okay, let me for this. This complete is your source. Okay, so now we will apply this with some load. So what will happen? The voltage across these two terminal, let me take it as VL, will be is equal to, what will be this? This will be Vs minus this one, because there will be some voltage drop. There will be some voltage drop, that is your Is times Rs. Okay, so the voltage at the load will be is equal to Vs minus I times Rs, or you can say Is times Rs. Okay, so now again you can see that in case of practical source, there there is a decrease in your practical source. So means voltage will going to be decreased. Real load voltage is going to be decreased. You can say linearly, because you know that this equation is your linear equation. So it is going to be decreased linearly. So now I hope you got this point, or you want further discussion on this? You got this point? So can we move ahead? Anyone, is anyone not getting all these? Are you comfortable with the language, with the communication, or you want some speed is okay? Is it required to reduce the speed, or maybe I can go a little fast? It always require, as this is your our new experience for online, so we always require to your feedback. So if it is okay, then we can go ahead. And if anyone is facing problem, you can tell me over here, no problem. Be frank, because we are here to learn. Okay, so let's go ahead. Okay, so now I'm just going ahead with this. Okay, so now our next point. Now we had discussed about ideal voltage and ideal current source, and practical current source and practical. So now I will take some cases with the voltage source as well as current source, and these are very important and I find these very useful while working in this. Okay, so now let's discuss first case. You have already know about it. So suppose I'm having this voltage source having voltage V1, and this voltage source is having voltage V2. So now we can replace these two voltage source in a one voltage source. And what will be the value? Let me know in the comment section. What will be the value? Write quickly. Okay, so most of you have got this. This is nothing but V1 plus V2. This is your V1 plus V2. Okay, and in this case, if this is your V1 and V2, so what will be the voltage over here? Tell me quickly. Very good, very good. Good, good. So this is nothing but V1 minus V2. And what will be voltage over here? At this terminal, What will be voltage in this load? Okay, Ashish Patel is correct. Yes, one is also correct. Oh no, Neha Yadav. This will be V2 minus V1. V2 minus V1. Vaishnavi, it's not V1 is equal to V2. It is going to be V2 minus V1. Okay, okay, that's correct. Sign. It could be your V1 minus V2, but with negative sign. V2 minus. Okay, so this is okay. Let me make it clear that you can see the polarities. See the polarities. Like you can see in this case, the polarity of this is same as the polarity of V2. So V2 voltage is there is going to be as it is. There is no change in V2. But what we are doing, we are changing the value of this. It is having positive terminal upward, but here we are taking it as negative positive terminal downward. So we had reversed the polarities. So if we had reversed the polarities, so we have to make the change the sign as well. So now this will become V2 minus V1. Okay, and in this case was V1 was having same polarity, so V1 was positive, and we had reversed the polarity of V2. That's why we had got V1 minus V2. Okay, I hope you got this. Okay, next is let's see about this. Suppose we are having two voltage sources and having voltage V1 and V2. Two voltage sources in parallel, and those are your ideal voltage sources. What will be the equivalent voltage? Tell me. Okay, sister, yes, yes. Yes, you all are right that voltage over here is going to be V1 is equal to V2. Okay, for our interest, let's make that if what if these two voltages V1 and V2, V1 and V2. Uh-oh, I need to. Okay, we can see that if V1 is not equal to V2, if V1 not equal to V2, what will be there? Suppose we are taking two batteries and we are just getting them in parallel. Anyone? If these two are not equal, then what will happen? Okay, the parallel combination of resistors Pawan Wagmare. What yes? What will be the result? Means if V1 is not equal to V2, then what will happen? Okay, let me tell you. Such kind of circuit is not possible. ऐसा तो possible ही नहीं है. Not exist, right? These are not possible. They cannot exist. Means two voltage sources cannot be parallel. But you will say, sir, हमारे पास बैटरी है, हम दोनों को parallel में connect करेंगे. So this is a current, this is a source. What do you think about it? You are having two batteries and you can connect them parallel. If you will connect them parallel, what will happen? If suppose those are having different voltages. Any reply? Whether this circuit is okay or not, this circuit is possible or not. Okay, just tell me, possible or not possible? Yes, yeah, no. For possible, write yes. Not possible, write no. Okay. But only three, four replies. What about all others? What about all other? What you are doing? All no. Arey, why no, Baba? We are
Sir,
having
no.
two batteries. If we will connect them, yes, there is possibilities because those batteries are nowhere in ideal condition. अरे जो हमारे पास बैटरी अगर हम जो कनेक्ट कर रहे हैं वो हमारे पास आइडियल बैटरीज नहीं होती. देयर विल बी ऑलवेज सम इंटरनल रेजिस्टेंसेस. सो if those are having some internal resistances like this, there will be some internal resistance. This will also having some internal resistance. So क्या होगा कि जैसे ही ये जो इंटरनल रेजिस्टेंस की वजह से क्या होगा, एक हाई करंट फ्लो होना स्टार्ट हो जाएगा. मींस अभी अगर यू कैन ट्राई इट ऑन, यू कैन ट्राई कि जब एक 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 बैटरी लेना जिसका पोटेंशियल लो पोटेंशियल है, एक हाई पोटेंशियल का बैटरी लेना, इफ यू विल कनेक्ट देम पैरेलल, व्हाट यू विल फील दैट वो जो है तुरंत गर्म होने लगेंगे, यू विल फील हीट बिकॉज ऑफ हाई करंट फ्लो होगा, एंड दो सर्किट इट मेक इट पॉसिबल वो बर्न भी हो जाए, जल भी जाए, बैटरी खराब भी हो जाए. Okay, so if these are your practical batteries, then it is possible, but in case of ideal it is not possible. Hope you got the point. Write on S, yes, if you are, if got the point. If not, you can write no also. Okay, good. Okay, so now let's go to the next point. Okay, now if we are having a voltage source and a resistance in parallel, we are having a voltage source and a resistance in parallel, V, and this is R. What will be the voltage over here? Tell me. Okay, so hope you got the answer. I was just taking your attendance. Okay, let me see your comment section. What? IR. IR will be the, where is I? Where is I? I'm asking volt, what will be the equivalent voltage? And you are writing IR. Yes, Harsh Srivastav. V.
सर
Okay.
वो आर शंट रेजिस्टेंट मतलब वहां से करंट पास ही नहीं होगा तो वी ही होगा ना.
Obviously. Then why you are writing IR?
सर गलती हो गई.
No problem. Mistakes is always welcome because you will always learn from your mistakes. So don't worry about the mistake. Just keep on giving responses. Okay.
यस सर.
Okay. So now, so this voltage, see, अरे बाबा इस टर्मिनल पे जो वोल्टेज है, इस टर्मिनल पे वोल्टेज वो क्या है? वो यही वोल्टेज है जो यहाँ पे वोल्टेज है. दिस वोल्टेज इज इक्वल टू दिस वोल्टेज. So this is your you can say redundant resistor. There is no use of it. You can remove it. The voltage is going to be same. Got this point? Okay, I hope you got this point. And similarly, suppose there is a voltage source and there is ideal current source, and both are in parallel. Then what will be the voltage over here? Tell me quickly. I think now you everyone must got this point. What will be the voltage over here? This is the voltage and this is the current. Tell me what will be the voltage over here? V. What about all others? Yes, obviously it is going to be V only. Good. Because again, this is redundant. Voltage at this terminal is same, is volt as V. So this is your redundant. Whatever current is flowing, we don't care about it. Okay. So if you got these points, now let's solve some questions on this. Okay, very simple questions as we had already discussed in this. Okay, so see, I just want to find the resistance, current across 2 ohm resistance. This voltage is 10 volt and this is 20 volt. So tell me your answers. Please, Are you responding? Okay, 0, 5, 0, 0, 15, 15. Anyone else? 15, everyone? मतलब मेरी बात ध्यान से सुन ही नहीं रहे हो आप लोग. Okay, now I think our time is over. Okay, you are having a break of after this lecture, na? So we can take for two. Is it okay now? You are having break, so we can continue for 5 or 10 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Is this is okay for everyone? Or you're
Sir.
hungry?
No, sir.
Okay, okay then. So let's come back to the question. What will be the current? You are saying 0, some of you saying 15. अरे बाबा अभी मैंने क्या बताया आपको? Forget. क्या बताया मैंने सब भूल गए. Is it possible two voltage source comes in parallel with having different value? Is it possible? Is it possible or not? Tell me. Is it possible? Yes, yeah, no. No, obviously no. Obviously not possible. So this kind of circuit is not possible. Not possible. Okay, but if there is some internal resistance, then it is possible. So for now, if there is no internal resistance, then this circuit is not possible. Okay, so now let's come back to the next question. Okay, what will be the current? Tell me quickly. Okay, 5, 5, 5, 5. Okay, let me take a call. It's important. Ah, sorry, I was just speaking, but uh, okay, no problem. Okay, tell me, what about this circuit? In this circuit, you know a bit about superposition theorem? A bit about superposition theorem? Yes, yes. Okay. So now, if you all don't know about superposition theorem, you might not able to understand this. So don't worry about this. Okay, it's not that much important as well, especially not for your this coming exam. But you have to know about this. Now let's see if we'll apply superposition theorem. Now, if we are using this source and if we are going to remove this source, if we'll remove this source, this is going to be short circuit. This is going to be short circuit. If we'll make it short circuit, you can see that the voltage is going to be short circuit. If this voltage is short circuit, current is not possible, or you can say this kind of circuit means you can say कभी भी हम voltage को short नहीं कर सकते. This is like this. We cannot make this. And similarly, if we will remove this, same condition will be okay. So again, for this circuit, your superposition is not valid. Superposition theorem is not applicable. Not applicable. So we cannot use, or you can say we cannot find any current over here. Okay, so this circuit is also not possible. This circuit is also not possible to solve. Okay, you got it, everyone? Tell me, you got this point or not? Manthan, what about others? Okay, so we can go ahead. Now I'm just posting a question for you. Now I'm not going to solve this. You have to solve it, and I will post this question in the your classroom as well, so you can solve this question. Okay, now let's solve this question. Now this is a question you need to solve. Okay, so you can note down the question. Even I'm going to post this on the your classroom as for your classwork. Okay, so this is a very simple question. You need to find current is and the power across this source. Power across this plus minus v. Oh, sorry, power. So this is, you need to find is and you need to find es of the circuit. Hope you noted down the question. Have you noted down the question? So you can discuss this question in your among each other. You can discuss this question in your Google Classroom, as well as you can discuss this question in your Google group. You can discuss this question in your WhatsApp group, not in official WhatsApp group. I know that you will be having this another WhatsApp group. So please discuss the question and try to come out with some good answers. Okay. Okay, then now I'm going to end the lecture. Now you can leave out the class. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, before leaving, if you are having any doubt, you can ask. If you are having any doubt, you can ask or you can leave.
सर बेसिक्स के लिए रवि सिंह वापस पढ़ना पड़ेगा क्या?
Ravi Singh is not that much important. Means the point is, in Ravi Singh you can get multiple questions, and for basics you can, what I have shared you, that is your Alexander Sadek. You can go ahead with that book.
Okay sir, thank you.
Any other? If you are having any doubt, you can ask.
Sir, what about the attendance?
Attendance I have taken already.
Okay, fine, sir.
Any other? Okay, now you can left. If you don't have any doubt, you can leave.